big day is finally here. You've made it. After all of the supervisor edits and chapters that were sent back and forth, all this time, you've made it. Remember when you set up long nights for the test and you walked out of that test and nothing that you thought was going to be in the paper was in the paper, and you stressed and you thought you're not going to make it, but here you are, hey? You've made it. Remember the long nights toe jy wou skree en gil en gewonder het of jy die regte besluite gemaak het? Maar hier is julle, né? Dis fantasties. Dit is regtig vir ons 'n goeie dag om met julle te geniet en om met julle te vier. So, this is what I'm going to do to show our utmost appreciation, right? For this bunch of super intelligent people that brought us all here together. We're going to make some proper noise, right? So I apologize in advance for noise pollution. We're going to make sure we celebrate properly, right? So, ours, you remember when they asked you for book money, and even though it never was for books, this is your moment, right? To celebrate, to let it all out. Remember, for those of you that cried because your wallets was not surviving, and probably the wallets are smiling now because the end is finally in sight, unless, of course, I convince them to come do a couple of more degrees here, right? We are trying to be Africa's leading research-intense university, so please come and do some more postgraduate studies here at Stellenbosch. Of course, remember those nights when you sat up and you cried and you thought, yeah, the books are almost threatening to chow me, but you actually conquered. So this is the moment. We're going to make some joyful noise. There's some chairs over there. If you fancy them as drums, you're welcome to beat them. I have two requests. Well, one request rather. Please don't break the chairs. We want to use them some more. And of course, please don't hold us liable for any broken fingers, all right? So, on the count of 3, Bomama, ni ready? Ni ready? Tizonicela nililizele, right? Ma awuthi ke tlo le kopa hore le shape di-flakes and tswembo akere. So we're going to make sure that this is a proper celebration. Ek wil hê julle moet skree, julle moet gil, you must jump, you must roll, you must dance, you must do everything, right? We're going to make sure we get the ceremony started properly. So I'm going to ask the band to help us, give us some drums to get us going properly. So some proper noise pollution. I want us to make so much noise that they hear us all the way to Saldanha at the military academy, right? So we must make sure we make some proper noise pollution. So on the count of 3, let's give it up for the graduates of March 2024. 3, 2, 1, let's go! Yes. Oh, wow. You sound wonderful. You sound wonderful. I almost want to do it again. Should we give it one more go? This is a graduation, right? It's a celebration worthy of all of the cheers, all of the noise. We've made it. They've made it. And we're going to celebrate them in a way that's fitting and that's proper. So, can we do it again on 3, 2, 1, let's go! Thank you very much. You may be seated. Thank you, band. Well, we're going to start again and see if you are awake now, right? Goeiemôre almal. Dat klink baie beter. Hartlik welkom aan elkeen van u by hierdie maartgrade plegtighede van die Universiteit Stellenbosch. My naam is Bantu en ek doen 'n paar aankondigings voor ons amptelik begin met die seremonie. Baie dankie vir die aandag. Molweni. Namkelekile nonke kulo msitho wothwaliso sidanga lwale University yase Stellenbosch. Ayikokuqala komsitho oku. Dimanje kukwenza izaziso ezimbalwa phambi kokuba kuqalwe ngokusemthethweni. Enkosi ngokuniboleka indlebe zenu. Good morning, everybody. Yes, welcome, welcome to this March graduation of Stellenbosch University. My name is Bantu and I kindly request your attention as I share a few important announcements before the start of the ceremony. The toilet facilities are here behind us and you can get there by first exiting the hall and then entering from the side. All toilet entrances are clearly marked. We also have medical assistance available behind the stage. If you need help, please do not hesitate to approach any of the ushers. Any lost and found items can be handed in at the information kiosk in front of the venue. If you have lost something, you are welcome to inquire there. In the event of an emergency evacuation of this venue, please proceed calmly to the exit closest to you and congregate on the rugby fields between the Dani Craven Stadium and this hall, and that is to my left-hand side. Please follow the instructions of the safety officer and campus security staff. For our Muslim graduates, guests, family and friends, a prayer room is available in the Sports Sciences building behind the center, and that is to my right-hand side. Should you wish to make use of this room, please approach any of the ushers and they will gladly guide you there. Now, I think you'd agree with me that we should do some more cheers, only this time for our amazing musicians, and I'll introduce them to you because they've been entertaining us with some phenomenal world-class music here this morning. They are the University of Stellenbosch Symphonic Wind Ensemble. They're conducted by Pamela Kierman, and the vocalists are Session Johnson and Jason September. Please help me in giving them a warm round of applause. The presiding officer at this ceremony is the Chancellor, Justice Edwin Cameron. Graduates, when we get to the awarding of degrees, please walk up to the dean and hand your announcement card to the official. Then, after your name has been read, walk to the presiding officer, bow, and then proceed for the hooding by the registrar, turning around for acknowledgement by the audience before you proceed to the end of the stage. I'll share it again, only this time I'll give you an extra special instruction and a bit of information in there too. I see the small businesses made lots of money again. The hair looks pretty, 12 inches, 30 inches. The salons made the killing. I see the nails, I see the lashes, everything, right? When you walk up to the stage and you get to the presiding officer, for those of you with very long hair, beautiful long hair, remember to tuck your hair behind your left ear so that the official photographers over there can capture the moment perfectly, all right? So, that instruction again, walk up, hand your announcement card to the official, and once your name has been read, you proceed to the presiding officer, bow, and then you move on to the registrar for the hooding and acknowledgement by the audience before you proceed to the end of the stage. Members of the audience, you are welcome to take photographs, but we please ask that you switch off your sound and your flash for the duration of the ceremony. I think you'd agree with me that each and every graduate deserves their big moment. And now that we've gotten you all fired up, we request, of course, that you do not leave the hall until the whole ceremony has been concluded. And that also, of course, comes with the request that we clap and we cheer and we celebrate each and every one of these graduates, and we will make some proper noise about it. We make a big celebration for them as they cross the stage, because at this university, our motto is forward together. And so we celebrate each and every one of them together. Once the procession has left at the end of the ceremony, we respectfully request that you exit the hall swiftly so that cleaning and preparation for the next ceremony may commence as soon as possible. We ask that you please take along any waste items such as water bottles, tissues, etc., and dispose of these safely in the bins outside. The official photographers have set up a studio in the Sports Science building behind this hall. That is again to my right-hand side. Graduates and their family and friends are welcome to make use of this service to take some professional photos and celebrate this moment. Also be on the lookout for the Marty Shop mobile unit for purchasing Stellenbosch University branded items to remind you of the successful academic journey that we are celebrating here today. And at the end of the ceremony, as newly inducted members of our global network of Marty's alumni, we invite you to the Alumni Clubhouse at the Stal, that is between this venue and the Dani Craven Stadium, to come and celebrate. We're going to do an alumni toast as we welcome you to our alumni. So please come and join us, guests, family, and friends, for a glass of something. Because it's in the morning, I'm just going to say a glass of something. All right? In adherence to the university's sustainability principles and to foster responsible resource usage, each graduate has been provided with one graduation publication. All guests, family, and friends would have received a QR code that can be scanned, and it will take you to the online version of the graduation publication. Click on the link that says 25 to 28 March to get the full program of the ceremony. A piece of good news: we know that you would have loved to have as many family and friends to celebrate here with you. Unfortunately, they couldn't be here, but we are leaving nobody out, right? Remember, we said we move forward together. So they can join us live on our live streaming platform. I'm going to share the website with you, share it with them so that they can watch you walk the stage and share this moment with you. Also share it with the haters, the naysayers, the detractors, the jealous ones that said you'd never make it here. Share it, net for control, so that they can see that you've made it, right? The website to share is www.sun.ac.za/streaming. That is www.sun.ac.za/streaming. For the law graduates, this is just an announcement. At the end of the ceremony, you will meet with the colleagues from the law faculty on the fields between the Dani Craven and the Stal for your walk back to the faculty. So remember to congregate on the fields between the Dani Craven and the Stal so that you can proceed with the walk to the faculty. You are welcome to share all graduation experiences on social media, and we ask that you please share those with us to celebrate with you. The hashtag to use is #SUGrad. Ons is bykans gereed om met die plegtigheid te begin. Ons vra dat u sal opstaan vir die akademiese prosessie en sal bly staan tot nadat ons die nasionale lied gesing het. Lixesha lokuba kuqalwe ngomsitho. Sicela wonke umuntu aphakame ngexesha kungena isithwalandwe eholweni. Sime njalo ukuze kuculwe umhobe wesizwe. Distinguished guests, graduates, family, and friends, the moment has arrived. Please rise for the academic procession and remain standing until after we have sung the national anthem. Thank you very much and enjoy.
Wonderbaarlik pragtige herfsoggend op Stellenbosch begin ons verrigtinge met die weergawe van die nasionale lied. On this exquisitely lovely autumn day in Stellenbosch, we start our proceedings with a rendition of the national anthem by the orchestra and the soloist behind me. Sal jy asseblief die sitplekke inneem. Please be seated. That glorious soprano that you heard was Sashin Johnson. Sashin? Wasn't it beautiful? It lifts your heart. And the Stellenbosch University Symphonic Wind Ensemble, conducted by Pamela Keerman. Pamela? Hulle gaan ons nou verlaat, so u kan maar sommer weer hande klap vir hulle. Dis nou my taak om hierdie kongregasie formeel te konstitueer. It's my task now to formally constitute this congregation. By virtue of the powers vested in me, I declare that this is a properly constituted congregation of the University of Stellenbosch. Ek verklaar hiermee dat hierdie kongregasie van die universiteit behoorlik gekonstitueer is. Voordat ons voortgaan, before we proceed, let's take a moment. You've come from on far journeys, physically and emotionally, and just a moment where you're seated, net daar waar jy sit, vir 'n gewyde oomblik of reflection and thoughtfulness. Why are we here? What has brought us here? What joys will we derive in the next hour from these proceedings? Baie dankie. Thank you. Ons is veeltalig hier op Stellenbosch, trots veeltalig in Afrikaans and in Engels, and also in isiXhosa. So you've already met Mr. Bantu Bonkolo. Waar sit u, Bantu? Ek dink jy het vroeër met hulle die mense gesels. Ek het vir Bantu nou die dag geluk gewens op die feit dat hy ewe vlot is in Engels en Afrikaans en isiXhosa. Toe sê hy is ewe vlot in 7 tale. Nou gaan hy vir ons verwelkom, Bantu.
Chancellor, Rector, Sekela Rector, molweni manene namanenekazi. Tokana mandithathe elithuba ndinibulise kwaye ndinamkele kuthweso sidanga zalonyaka ka-2024 kule University yase-Stellenbosch. Luvuyo ukuba nani apha nokubhiyozela impumelelo yabantu enibathandayo kunye nani. Siyathemba abathwesa sidanga nabazali, intsapho nezihlobo ngokubaninzi ukuba le mini yakuhlala ihleli ezintliziyweni zenu. Manene namanenekazi, e-University yase-Stellenbosch siyazidla ngelwimi nenkcubeko zelilizwi ezahlukeneyo. Siyaxolisa ke ngoku xa sithe saphama ukubiza amagama nefani zabathweswa nokungachanekanga. Sicela ukuba nisinyamezele kuloo ndawo. Ndiyabulela. Enkosi.
Enkosi Mzan. Ons het 'n besonder vreugdevolle ceremony today, a exceptionally joyful one. It's the 9th of 11 ceremonies this week. And this morning we have law graduates and graduates from our Academy of Military Science. And we welcome Colonel Robin Hlabana, who's the Chief of Staff. He's standing in for the Commandant at Saldanha, Brigadier General Albeno Jose de Castro. Colonel Hlabana, welcome. We welcome. And a particular welcome to the Chair of Council, Dr. Nikki Newton-King. Please stand up, Dr. King. Van die mense wat ek binnekort gaan voorstel en die het tough jobs. But I think the Chair of Council has got the toughest job. And she is the head of external governance and oversight and the ultimate governing body of the university. And Nikki takes it like a full-time job. She is, so give her a hand as well. We also delighted daar is studente verteenwoordiging op die raad waar Nikki voorsit en ook op die senaat. The Senate is the highest academic body of the university, and we welcome the Senate and Council representatives from the SRC, Ms. Pibukuhle Kabaka, the Vice Chair Abonguli Kutu, Mr. Reagan Johnson, the Treasurer Ms. Ongezwa Chazi, and Mr. Mzwaki Bolotina. Won't you all stand up? Baie mooi. And let me introduce the people on stage. On my left is Professor Stan du Plessis. He's the Chief Operating Officer. Alles wat moet werk met organisering en syfers en geld is Stan se verantwoordelikheid. And on his left is the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Sibusiso Moyo. On my right is the registrateur, Dr. Ronel Retief. Van haar regterkant is Dr. Penny van der Bank. Ons verwelkom hulle almal. And then we have particular joy in welcoming our academic dignitaries. And we start with Professor Nicola Smit, of course. She doesn't need any introduction to the law graduates here today. Nicola is the Dean, and her Vice Dean is Professor Juanita Pinar, and we have the Vice Dean for Learning and Teaching, Professor Richard Stevens. We have the Vice Dean of Social Impact and Personnel at the Military Science Academy, Lieutenant Colonel, who's also a professor, Michelle Nell. She's standing in for the Dean of the Military Academy, Professor Samuel Chechla. Then we also have Professor Reggie Nell, who's the Dean of Theology, Professor Pieter van Willig, die Vice-Dekaan van Rekeningkunde en Ekonomie, en ek het klaar die ander mense voorgestel. Ons verwelkom u almal. Dankie. En my naam is Edwin Cameron. I'm the Chancellor. The Chancellor is what we call a ceremonial post. It's a titular post, a titulaire pos. And that means that I have no responsibilities, but a lot of joy. So I get here and I preside and I see all these wonderful young people. I don't mean to patronize you, but it's so beautiful to see you here. It's a joy deep in my heart. And I get all that joy. My only powers are two: to constitute this gathering at the start and to declare it dissolved at the end. So the Chancellor's only got two powers. I was a judge for 25 years, so it makes this morning particularly special for me as a lawyer. And after I retired in 2019, President Ramaphosa appointed me as inspecting judge of prisons, which is a rough job, a tough job. It's a grueling job. I've been doing it for almost 5 years. I've told the minister that I'm not going to stay on after 5 years, and we're seeking a successor because the job is so important. And but simultaneously with my appointment as inspecting judge, I was elected Chancellor here. So 95% of my work is in prisons and 5% gives me the real joy of being here. So thank you very much. I want to speak to our graduates, military science. I'm going to speak about the difficulties of our country very briefly, but I want to say that they've also affected our Army and Air Force and Navy, wanbestuur, in lack of institutional oversight and governance and proper budgeting. So the military science graduates here play a vital role. You are going to become leaders in an important dimension of our national life. Our national life, which extends to Central and other parts of Africa, the DRC, where you and your colleagues undertake perilous journeys. And I think it should be a matter of national agreement that you should be properly budgeted and properly resourced and properly managed. So let's pay honor to the military science graduates and to their leaders here. For the law students, a very short message. I didn't do my LLB here, my LLB at UNISA, but I did my BA law here. And then I did Latin honors. Kan jy dit glo? Latyn honors. En dit bly nog by. It was a wonderful 4 years, many, many years ago. Our biggest moral challenge was apartheid. And we knew it at Stellenbosch. We were a whites-only university. Stellenbosch had always been whites-only, and that shameful legacy has been deconstructed over the last decades, proudly, so that Stellenbosch is now... Stellenbosch het sy hart oopgemaak vir die hele Suid-Afrikaanse gemeenskap. The moral challenge of democracy is different. The moral challenge is to make our constitution work. It is accepted that we have the most generous-spirited constitution anywhere in the world. It's widely inclusive. It was the first constitution anywhere in the world that offered explicit protection to people like me as a gay man, a proudly gay man. Sexual orientation, those two words had never appeared in any constitution until 1994 when we got our constitution. So a widely inclusive, affirming constitution, but your major task is to make it work. And activists and lawyers have surmounted huge challenges, like when President Thabo Mbeki denied the elementary sense and etiology of AIDS. They took him to court eventually when they couldn't persuade him and his health minister to change their minds through activism. They took him to court, and the Constitutional Court ruled in the activists' favor. And your challenges are similar. The major challenges at the moment are institutional disintegration, widespread corruption, not the corruption that you find at a traffic stop where a junior officer might ask you for a cool drink, systematized corruption led by criminal syndicates who I fear operate right into the cabinet. So these are challenges because we have a constitution that's worth fighting for. That constitution is what characterizes us as a country. And you are the agents of constitutionalism. Go and make your career triumphantly. You are entitled to make a career, but give time and thought to the fact that as you make your career, be sure to include those who are on the margins of legal resources, legal assistance, legal assertiveness. We have to open up the legal system and open up the Constitution. We've got to make the Constitution's promises of dignity and equality work for everyone, because if we don't, we won't have a Constitution. And that challenge is a joyful one. It's one that I know you will embrace with joy and with energy and with vision. Thank you very much. Vanoggend gesien 111 gradiandi van die militêre akademie, and 292 are going to graduate this year from the Faculty of Law, which is a wonderful. They join nearly 9,000 graduates this year, in this academic year 2023, from Stellenbosch. So, a joyful ceremony. En nou gaan ons oor die dekaan. Ons gaan begin met law, en dan military science. Professor Nicola Smit, verwelkom haar maar weer. Sy het 'n groot werk wat voor lê.
Meneer die kanselier, ek versoek u om die graad dokter in die regsgeleerdheid en die fakulteit regsgeleerdheid aan die kandidaate wat ek aan u voorstel te verleen. Die betrokke promotor sal telkens 'n kort verklaring oor die proefskrif doen. Mr. Chancellor, I request you to confer on the candidates whom I'll present to you the degree Doctor of Laws in the Faculty of Laws. The supervisor concerned will give a brief outline of the presentation. John Ray Barnes, the supervisor, Professor Botha, will read a short declaration.
Mr. Chancellor, this study, this study examines the question whether the constitutional rights to human dignity, equality, and freedom require the legal recognition of a non-binary gender in South Africa. Based on a queer theoretical analysis, it argues for a radically inclusive interpretation of those rights, which demands the recognition of non-binary identities. Mr. Chancellor, I request you to confer the degree on John Ray Barnes.
Mr. Chancellor, and may I ask that we give a special round of applause? It's his birthday today. Rihanna Conradi, and I will read the short declaration on behalf of her supervisor, Professor Christoph Garbers. This study investigates neurodiversity and the employment law principles that may be used to protect and promote neurodiversity in the workplace. Ultimately, the use of discrimination law, specifically the concept of reasonable accommodation, is identified and explored as the primary mechanism to best protect and promote neurodiversity in the workplace. Bryony Elizabeth Fox, the supervisor, Professor Sonia Himan, will read a short declaration.
Mr. Chancellor, the study examined to what extent existing international soft law instruments protect the needs and rights of children who have been displaced by climate change across international borders and in finding durable solutions. Using a children's rights-based approach, the study finds inadequate protection at different stages of displacement and calls for innovative, climate-responsive solutions. I request you to confer the degree on Bryony Elizabeth Fox.
Our colleague Marna Lawrence, and I request Professor Sonja Himan to read the short declaration.
Mr. Chancellor, the study explores the extent to which the existing legal approach to uncoerced adult female sex work in South Africa is aligned with the country's constitutional dispensation. It employs an intersectional lens to make sense of the multi-layered and multifaceted realities of these sex workers. The study argues that the ideological inadequacy of criminal law necessitates an approach that moves the discourse beyond punishment and retribution. In other words, intersectionality could help achieve transformative justice for this group. I request you to confer the degree on Marna Lawrence.
Mr. Chancellor, the qualification Master of Laws, die kwalifikasie Magister in die Regsgeleerdheid. Tobias Vivian Alberts, cum laude. Mpo Rory Singh Rasecha Apane. Deidre Modeline Bartman. Nositmelo Natasha Bassini Konkeka. Martinez Philippus Fourie Viljoen, cum laude. Andrea Gain. Carlien Koster. Christophe Kriege. Tabu Leburu Lahabe. Komotso Angel Gillian Madiba. Malusi Howard Mklongo. Lufuno Rodney Msetcho. Nandi Ndlovu. Nicole Erin Nell. Jana Imba Oosthuizen. Chad Phillips, cum laude. Joanelo Pizzo. Claire Rankin, cum laude. Genevieve Rousseau, cum laude. Carly Scholes. Sanele Fizile Sabisi. Michael John Taft. Rashida Zenet Monique Ties. Karel van der Vyver. Daniel van Duivenboden. Frederik Rudolf van Dijk. Tian van Wyk. Bachelor of Laws, baccalaureus in die regsgeleerdheid. Jared Duncan Allen. Jared. Jade Carentia Barnes. The Barnes family have lots of reasons to celebrate today. Kelly Ann Bevis Challenor. Chipison Chembubila. Brittany Brandt. Jandre de Toy Brandt. Robin Broodryk. Tavunga Sasha Chirikure. Odette Chiwise. Morning. Thurston Charles Klute. Paige Veronica Coleman. Carolyn May Cotton. Nina de Klerk. Jonathan James Evers. Shannon Furman. Christian Fischer. Cameron Carlos Leston Guerrero Kurt. Marzaan Haggard. Reza Mansour Hamdulai. Shreya Hariparsad. Alexandra Joan Harris. Anay Havenga. Ruda Herselman. Wilbur Devin Jatson. Lina Chumani Jokazi. Nicola Justus. Christopher Keenan Cullis. Peloya Ring, Kia Leboga, Kia Betswe Koluhane. Morning. Ulrich Krier. Karen Nicolo Lagerwal. Lianne Lou. Matifatsa Joy Manikai. Carmen Lillian Martin. Victoria Matthews. Cameron McLean. Jamie Lynn Murray. Asanele Ndevu. Boipelo Mbekun Dwandwe. Our assistant, Aidan Newdom. Dani Itumeleng Ngubeni. Zola Ngele. So you probably can hear that Zola was a previous SRC president. Michaela O'Donoghue. Zen James Parenzi. Kiasha Pillay. Dylan Kirtley Plaatjes. Ruben Pretorius. Jean-Marie Rousseau. Kai Sampson. Michaelen Stoffels. Deron. Philip Deron. Christo van der Bank. Lara Laney van der Westhuizen. Patricia Amanda van der Westhuizen. Melissa Lee van Rensburg. Akifa van Rooyen. Eloise van Wyk. Kelly Viljoen. Jante Tammy Williams. Shia Jean Worthington. Nagraadse diploma in intellektuele goederereg, postgraduate diploma in intellectual property law. Zintle Paleni. Nagraadse diploma in staatsverdegingsbeleid en regulering, postgraduate diploma in public procurement policy and regulation. This is a new qualification. Bongiwe Fokazi. Adeli. Andile Kokocha. Lindani Goodman Malo. Nagraadse diploma in belastingreg, postgraduate diploma in tax law. Chantal Frederine Higu. Sibongile Moliswa Mshengu. Finally, baccalaureus in rekeningkunde en in die regsgeleerdheid, Bachelor of Accounting and Bachelor of Laws. For this special degree, Annike Mostert. Bernard Jacobus Henry Oosthuizen. Martin Chepu Ransonyane. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor.
Mr. Chancellor, I request you to confer the following qualification diplomas in the Faculty of Military Science. Thank you. Die kwalifikasie Magister in die Krygskunde, Master of Military Science. Jan Andreas. Thank you. Casey Lily Bentley. Ayanda Helen Nkambule. Kenny Nicholas Tebes. Ingenieurs BAccLLB in Kruiskunde, Bachelor of Military Science Honours. Adolfina Mapiri Muketsa. Peter Sebeko. Nagraadse diploma in verdedigingsstudie, postgraduate diploma in defence studies. Christian Johannes Petrus Skuman. Baccalaureus in die kruiskunde, Bachelor of Military Science. Zibuyele Victoria Limbede. Betogo Owen Machi. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor.
Mr. Chancellor, I request you to confer the respective qualifications on those candidates whose names have been presented to you, but who could not attend in their absence.
Hiermee verleen ek aan die kandidaate wie se name aan my voorgelees, maar wat vanoggend nie teenwoordig gaan wees nie, hulle onderskeie grade en kwalifikasies. I hereby confer in absentia on those candidates whose names have been placed before me, but who are unable to attend, their degrees and qualifications. Dit was te kort. Moet ons nie alles weer oordoen nie? Should we do it all over? Ja, you say ja. It was a wonderful ceremony. It was very short. I think, how short was it, Madam Registrar? Not even an hour. So I think that to make up the hour, we've got to ask those families who didn't get enough chance to cheer. You can cheer now. Yes. Yes. But I think there's something else lacking. And that is the investment, the time, the love, the cups of coffee, the tears that you had to deal with on the part of the families, the parents, the partners, the mothers and fathers, the grandparents. So don't you want to stand up and thank your families? Yeah. You can also stand up to see them. More. I want to say that, please be seated. When some of the candidates came across, quite a few of them were emotional. En ek wil vir julle vra, which of you thought that you might not ever make it here across the stage? Yes, even the doctoral candidates who have achieved Marna. Jy het gedink jy sal nie hier wees nie, Marna made it. Let's give Marna a special round. And what about the LLB and the B-Mill and the other military candidates? Wie van julle, you can admit it in front of Just a small group. How many of you moes 'n traantjie wegpink? How many of you had to wipe away a tear late at one night? Yes, almost half of you. So what a joyful occasion. They join over 230,000 graduates of this university worldwide in 42 alumnus chapters. There have been alumnus chapters opened recently in Los Angeles, in Harare, in Miami, in Sydney, across the whole world. And there is an alumnus network which will help you when you go for an interview. If you haven't already been for an interview, check who amongst the partners and associates might be a graduate here, not to inappropriately cash in on an association, but to find something in common, something that affirms you together with the person who's spent their time here. And remember that we need the convocation. The convocation is an important part of Stellenbosch. It consists of everyone who's ever graduated from Stellenbosch. It's your congregatie, the convocation. You're entitled to vote, you're entitled to make your voice heard, and we encourage you to do that, whatever your view. There have always been differences within the congregatie, the convocation, about language, about other issues, the shape of the university, its future. So make your voice heard. And in a longer term, we need your support as well. For Stellenbosch to remain the outstanding tertiary institution it is, we need our former students to take a part, to come back to the law school, to notice what's happening, to support the law school in various ways, either through your professional expertise or through your contributions. So we look forward to your doing that. For now, you cross this field and go to the other side of the back of the stadium, which is there, en daar's die stal, en daar sal verversings bedien word. There will be refreshments served. Dr. Registrateur, ek dink daar selfs hierdie uur van die oggend is al wyn. My hemel, dis kyk ons skone registrateur, and they're serving champagne at 10 o'clock in the morning. Highball. So, great joy. And then one innovation amongst many innovations that our present Rector and Vice Chancellor did was Professor Wim de Villiers, who unfortunately can't be here this morning. He started something which is modeled on a practice at American universities, a homecoming weekend. It's where you all come back. There will be reunions, there'll be dinners, there'll be parties, there'll be lectures. It's a wonderful weekend. I've been to a couple. This year it is 12th to the 14th of September. Please be sure that you come as parents, as graduates, as new graduates to the homecoming weekend. So finally, all the law students, Professor Nicola has asked me specially to ask you to meet someone net hier buite, just outside here, because you're going to march to the law faculty. Gaan daar weer daardie orkes wees. Weer 'n stemmige orkes, 'n tuneful. Ja, professor Nick sê vir my gaan baie stemme. What is tuneful in Afrikaans? Stan? Wat sê Reagan? Sê weer? Vreugdevol. Ja, Reagan is baie vlot in Afrikaans. Dankie. Reagan, ons gee vir hom sommer vir veeltaligheid. So the law march is going to happen, and I'm now going to exercise my second power. Baie trots dat ek magte het. The second power is to dissolve this congregation. We ask you, once I've done that, we ask you to stand as the procession leaves the stage and marches out. By virtue of the powers vested in me by the statute of this university, I declare that this congregation of the University of Stellenbosch has been duly dissolved. Ek verklaar hiermee kragtens die magte aan my toeverleen dat hierdie kongregasie van die universiteit behoorlik tot 'n einde gebring is. Thank you very much.